My name is Sadler. I'm the CEO of NewCraft, and I'm 30 years old. Software developers who want to build products like LinkedIn use NewCraft.
The product is in a good place right now, but now we need to grow it.
We make things happen like helping people find a job within minutes, helping them access quality benefits and manage things like their 401k. In the last 18 months, we doubled our valuation, which was at millions of dollars. We're the first company in Dallas-Fort Worth to be accepted into Y Combinator, the top tech accelerator in Silicon Valley with a portfolio valued at over $100 billion because they found companies like Airbnb, DoorDash, and Stripe.
Basically, you have everything you need. All you got to do is basically you just got to get the landing page together.
So an accelerator is really just a program for early stage startups that typically helps them at the earliest stage. They give you advice, they give you access to resources. Y Combinator is the Harvard of accelerators. And coming from an environment where you just have no exposure to technology, for him to come from that to then getting to what is arguably the pinnacle of the industry, you know, the odds of doing that is very similar to the odds of making it on a major label as an artist.
We had a back door that was like the entrance into the projects themselves. You know, we had people run into our apartment, grab food out of our refrigerator, literally. Fights on the back porch, you know, all the time. So I'm 10 years old. I'm living in Ripley Projects, downtown Fort Worth, Texas. And all of a sudden, Radio Shack makes an offer to buy our complex for $20 million. They added to the deal that every student would get a Dell computer. That Dell computer became my lifeline to connect to the internet. And so the first thing I learned how to do was to work with hardware and piece it together. Learning how to interact with software applications. I was a senior in high school. I didn't have a lot of cash. And so I reached out to a local insurance company and they said, hey, we need a website. And from there, I started to research and teach myself how to code with JavaScript and how to build a basic website and a basic mobile application. And then I just repeated that. Like I would go to local churches, go to local small businesses. I'm 22 years old. I just graduated college. I ran into my old high school football coach who was principal at DUNBAR High School at the time. And he said, you should come and lead my business technology program. I'd never really thought about teaching, but we had a lot of shared experiences. My students who were, walking to the bus stop and having to get jumped into a gang just to make it there, they knew what it was like to eat ketchup alone, in order to make it through in the evening. A student of mine walked up to me after class and he said, Mr. Sadler, every day when I leave school, I go down to the corner store and I sell crack. And I felt at that point defeated because I couldn't get my students access to quality employment. And that's when I knew I had to get, out of the classroom to solve this problem using technology. I reached out to a guy named Michael Seibel, who is the CEO of Y Combinator. And his advice was, I want you, to apply to YC.
Some friends and I created a site called theblackfounderlist.com that just tracks all the black founders that have been funded by venture capitalists. Last count we had was about 350 total, period. Only 1% of all venture capital dollars go to black founded companies. For Cam to make it through speaks a lot to how great of a founder he is and how much potential NewCraft actually has.
There's a revolution that's happening where people are learning how to win in tech that look like me. I like to say that, Silicon Valley isn't a place, it's a mindset. And I saw that mindset in every single one of my students. Growing up the way we grew up, you have this anxiety that you walk through society with. And I found that you can sort of escape that anxiety once you find a craft that you love and that you become really, really good at. Then you start to be able to slow down a bit and say, you know what, I'm supposed to be here.